Shout out to all my niggas. You already know. T-At. You heard me? T-Streets. You heard me? My nigga Fuke. My little brother Marley G. Shout out Capo. Shout out Hot. You heard me? You already know we got to shout out Mac. We got to shout out Poe. You already know. Shout out Young Dev. Young Jen. We in the building. You heard me? Young Carly. You heard me? We in You heard me? Shout out Ant. Shout out Jim. They'll kick your fucking ass. Russian intelligence. You heard me? Shout out my nigga Ray J. Shout out Ray J. We got 7 Maybachs outside. Oh, Banger, we live? Oh, Mike Banger, we live? Hey, yo, nigga. Shout out Detail. You heard me? Woo. Ah. Remember? Yeah, they. And then, man, shout out my family and all that. You already know I keep it personal and private. And, like I said, D5, what up, 5? And every time I say what up, 5 on this mixtape, let me let you know what I mean by that. I'm hollering at my pops. You already know the #1 5-star, #1 stunner. What up, 5? I love you, nigga. What up, Jank? Shout out Jank. Shout out Low. Shout out Cock. Pause. Shout out Lil B. Shout out K. You hear me? Hey, Bria. All my kids, everybody else. You already know. Love. What up, 5? Did you want me to shout out Devona? Did you want me to do that? OT, do you want me to shout out Devona? Terry Bourgeois, do you want me to shout out Devona? Every little step I take. Ooh, shout out. Bam. Shout out my girl Marissa for keeping a nigga fresh, you dig? Shout out my nigga E.I. Shout out Mark, shout out Trav, you already know, love. Shout out Glock, you heard me? You sure that's it? Shout out my P.O. Shout out Priff, you heard me? Kick a nigga to sleep, them fucking big ass legs, pause. Shout out my nigga Izzo, 0017, you dig? Yeah. Shout out Turk, you heard me? Shout out my nigga Turk. Shout out Juvie, you dig? Shout out Free BG. Shout out Fresh. Shout out CC, you heard me? Shout out Snack. Shout out Gutter. I did say Gutter. I been said Gutter. Shout out my big bro Fee. Spitter, bitch, what's happening? Shout out Kid. 50, fuck with me. Man, shout out Colombiana. You heard me? Shout out my amigo. Shout out my plug, my connect. You heard me? Man, shout out Ocho Cinco. You heard me? Man. Shout out World, Meta World Peace. Man, just shout out, man. Shout out my whole band, man. Just the dancers, bro. Man, bro. Man, shout out Early Doucette. Man, shout out Marshall Falk. Shout out Desmond Howard, bro. Shout out Stan Verrett. A nigga out the Goose on ESPN, you heard me? Man, bro. Shout out Marion Abramson, bro. Damn. And Eleanor McMahon, bro. That's all right. Man, who? Man, shout out Charles Ramsey, man. Oh, all right. Believe that. Shout out Charles Ramsey, you heard me. Man, I gotta shout out Ray J again, man. What's the one nobody don't never talk about? All right, bang. Shout out Kourtney Kardashian, I'm going, bang. Shout out DJ Khaled. Shout out DJ Stevie J. Shout out all my homies in the game who I'm cool with, who I fucks with, who I rocks with. Y'all already know y'all are. Salute to the Root Gang, 100. Man, shout out Johnny Manziel. Shout out Alex Rodriguez. Shout out Euphrates Nehemiah Rodriguez. Shout out everybody who go fucks with that truck fit, you heard me? Yes, thank you. Rich Gang. Shout out Rich Gang, nigga. You heard me? Shout out Nicky Booty. It's an awkward silence. I said shout out Tit all day. Shout out Tip all day. Shout out Adrian Bronner. Shout out Lil Macklemore, Fred Durst, Kevin Rudolph, Jay Sean, Paris Hilton. Yeah, man, look, if I forgot you, it's because you just came from San Diego. My plug out there is strong. You heard me? I'm on that gas. Shout out my nigga Tim Tebow, you heard me? Man, shout out Robinson Cano. Shout out my mans David Ortiz, you heard me? Shout out the whole Red Sox team. Shout out the whole Green Bay Packers team, you heard? Shout out my nigga Carl Crawford. Pull up. Rest in peace DJ Screw, rest in peace Big Mo, rest in peace Fat Pat, and everybody else. Rest in peace Pimp C. Rest in peace Soulja Slim. Rest in peace Magnolia Shorty. Also, I gotta shout out my skaters, man. You already know, man. Thrasher, man. First off, 5 Borough team, man. The Baker team, man. Deadwish team, man. Shake John Chicken Bone out of zone, man. You already know. Shout out all my niggas over there. They fucks with me. They took me in like a family, man. They even told me that I could send some footy in, and they gonna put my footy on they shit. And when they told me that, man, man, I felt like a kid in a candy store. I can't even lie, man. So I'm forever, forever grateful to those dudes. I'm forever grateful to 5 Borough for taking me in like a family. I mean, you know what I mean? Into their family and shit. Shout out to all my skating niggas, man. If I forgot about you, you know what it is. Diamond team, DGK team, you already know Grizzly. You already know what it is, man. Nike SB team, all y'all niggas, man. I fucks with all y'all niggas. You know what it is. I don't want to go to naming no names because I be naming all day, man. Anyway, shout out my little nigga Yo-Yo, you fat bitch. Shout out my cousin Dante, you dig, doing it how he do. Shout out Kinda Champion, you dig, Jeremy Nibbs, you dig, Kyle Barrard, you dig, Adam Z, you dig, my nigga Braden, I can't say your last name, you dig, cause I don't know how, you dig. Shout out my nigga Sharikin, you dig, and all the niggas who came fucks with me on my tour and came skating on stage. Shout out Tip's son Damani, you dig, from coming skate on stage as well and killing it like he's supposed to. Man, I had fun on this tour, you dig. It was a real tough tour though, cause I had to do a lot of work in the midst of this tour. So I hope that next tour is a little more free, you know what I mean. But anyway, my plans after the tour is to I'm going to get to this footy that I'm going to give to Deadwish, to Baker, you know what I mean. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going straight to LA, straight to Cali, going to hit all the dope spots. And I'm just going to try to kill myself to land the tricks that I'm supposed to land. And that's what it is. Shout out to all my people. What upper? Salute to the Sewell gang. Shout out my niggas in the NBA. Shout out my niggas in the NFL. What up, JR? Sewell, bro. BD was popping, nigga. Turn was popping.